Hi, I am Patrick from Just Got Played. I want to thank you very much for watching us. I'm not at the Cloak and Blaster. Instead, I'm at my home library, sheltering in place from COVID-19. But I want you to join me for Zoned Out, a game by Gray Fox. Come be a city planner with me in Zoned Out. Okay, in Zoned Out, like I said, you play a city planner. You draw these city cards that have 4 different quadrants on them. They have different kind of building structures, and you place them down onto the board. The game starts with a downtown area in the center, and these cards span off from that. And you place them over, when you play your card, you place them over top of other already placed cards. So you're increasing the amount of surface area of the board, and hopefully you're adding to a certain chain of something. For example, residential areas, you want to have as many of those in a row, and then you want to develop that area. You develop them by when you put a new card down, you move your token onto that new card, and that begins the zone that you're going to start developing. The more you can have in a row, the more points you score. It goes up to 9, and you get 45 points for having 9 that are interlocked. Plus, there are variables in that as well. So if you have a park that's adjacent to it, you get +1 points. If you have a parking lot adjacent, it's -1. There's abandoned buildings, and there's all kinds of other stuff as well. There's also some wild cards. That'll not count towards building structures, but will allow you to place a card down for like churches or residential and that kind of thing. You score points based off the amount of cards that you have in sequence. Plus, there are goal cards. So each player is privately dealt out a number of cards, 1 or 2, depending on how many people are playing. And then there is also a bank of goal cards that are on display for everyone. So those goal cards will dictate the extra bonus points that you're going to get during the course of the game. For example, in this particular game set out that I have out, residential in high density scores an extra point every time you have a developed one in high density. Density is dictated by how many pictures of little houses or buildings are on that card. So they can be 1, 2, or 3. High density would be 3. So you get a bonus for having high density or developed areas. So that is pretty much it. The game is over when you either run out of your building tokens or when you run out of Zoned Out cards. Again, it's draw 1, play 1, essentially. Actually, it's play 1, draw 1. You play a card onto the board, you move your token onto that spot, and then you draw another card back into your hand to a hand size of 3. And again, that is essentially the game. I'm going to tell you what I like and dislike about it. So far, I think the thing I like about it the most is its massive replayability. It has these goal cards that come out, right? That'll augment the point scoring for the game, and it's random. But it doesn't feel like it's random and unfortunate for another player. It really, truly doesn't, because everyone gets to see them. But it does continuously change how the game plays out. Along with these city cards, you're never going to get the same city cards laid out in the same order. So that's a huge advantage for replayability. For disadvantage, for the thing I think that I like the least about it, and it's not something that I have to really complain about, but it is a little bit fiddly. In a 2-player game, you're constantly going to be adding these structures to the board. You're not going to add them every single turn, but you can add them quite a bit, and they stack up pretty high. You also have to keep in mind there's a point salad at the end too, so that can be a little teeny bit fiddly as well. But other than that, I think the game is absolutely fantastic. If you're whoa, I hate fiddly games, I need it as simple as possible, this probably isn't the game for you. But otherwise, if you want a game that's got lots of replayability, it's fairly immersive. You do feel like you're a city planner during the course of the game, and it's hours of entertainment. The game, I think, plays right about an hour or so, at least in 2-player version it does. You might have a little bit longer gameplay if you've got somebody with a problem getting their cards played or tokens on the board. But thank you very, very much for watching Gray Fox's Zoned Out.